Hello everyone, today we're going to make this beautiful malachite lotus leaf ring. Let's begin. Your materials are on the screen now. Take one length of 40 centimeter copper wire, 1 millimeter thick, and wrap it around a marker pen or something similar to give you the shape. Wrap around 4 times, leaving 2 equal tails up at the top. Remove from the pen, and now we're going to bind the whole group of wires together. Use a length of 0.3 millimeter copper wire and wrap it around to join all of those wires together in one bundle. I would say wrap around about 20 times, that would be enough. And then to finish off the ends, wrap them around the tail. So each one is wrapped around, coiled around the tail and compressed, and then you're going to cut off the end and smooth it nicely. Once you have smoothed off those tails and they're not at all scratchy, then you can take your flat nose pliers and squeeze that join flat, just to make sure that it sits nicely, because this is the join that is joining the top element of your ring to the lower element of the ring. This is a very interesting design and one that works very simply and very well. Now you're going to wrap the tails around your ring mandrel. This is your ring band. So wrap it around to the size that you need and bring the tails up to the top. It looks strange at the moment, doesn't it? But it will make sense later on. Keep checking your size of the ring. I just try them on from time to time to see that it's still on track with the size. Now we're just going to put a little curl in the end of each of those tails on either side and make sure that the curl is flat. So on either side, you're going to make a curl. Try on for size. Keep checking. It's worth it in the end. Put your ring back on the ring mandrel, and now we're going to open out those rings on either side. Push out the outer ones and make a little kink in the middle top of each of the circles. So you can see, I just put the pliers in, turn a little to the left, the other side turn a little bit anti-clockwise, and then it makes a little leaf shape. Make sure that each of the rings is bent in the middle and that you're achieving an equal look on all of them so that they all look very similar. Carefully bend a little kink in each of those circles. They look a bit strange now, but we're going to pull them into shape soon. Now pull the one leaf over to the left, pull your other one over to the right, and we're going to spread out these leaves so that they make a circle of 4 leaves. It looks pretty if they overlap each other a little, just as they would if they were in nature. This design can be adapted and made with smaller leaves. This is quite a large design, but you could make smaller circles for the top of the ring or even more of them and change the design to suit yourself. Tap with a metal hammer on the join just to set the shape. Take a length of 0.3 millimeter copper wire and bending in half, push up through the underside of the ring so that you are including each of those curled tails on either side. It pulls them in and it will strengthen the ring. Now we're going to twist those two wires together on top, and then I'm going to feed them into my drill and do a nice tight twist. It looks pretty and it makes it all one unit for threading the stones, chips and beads on. Now we're going to thread on a piece of malachite chip and a pretty green bead. The green bead is there to provide a little bit of sparkle to this design. Thread the stone chip onto your wire and then push the wire down to the underside of your ring, bend it under, come up on a different spot, and then just keep on putting on a few chips and beads and then going down underneath to wrap it around and come up to the top again. I really love malachite as a stone, and I've never understand why it is not so popular in this country. Perhaps in other countries, but not here in South Africa. So we continue to thread the chips on and then thread our copper wire underneath and keep building up this pretty pattern on the ring. You can add a lot more or you can put just one or two. This is completely up to you and your own artistic ability. When you have enough decoration on top, then you can wrap that tail around and around, finish it off nice and neatly underneath. Oh dear, my friendly cat has come to visit again. This little boy we rescued from being homeless and abandoned, and he has just moved in and loves the entire family. We are very fortunate that we found him and he found us. What a blessing. Now back to the ring we're making. I'm going to flare out the wire on my anvil, my little sad iron, and it just gives some shape and definition to that very pretty little lotus shape. What a gorgeous ring this has turned out to be. I just love it. Please take great care of yourselves. You are very special. And thank you so much for watching right to the end. Take care. Bye-bye.